And it's that time again, folks. Aye, sheep unit is back with another banger. So I hope everybody's having a banging weekend. Almost, I mean, sometimes you've got to think of words to say because they just... Some folk write scripts down, two to your toes. Some folk write notes down and shit, you know what I mean? We'll not go there. It's a whole different story. But aye, hope everybody's having a banger. And I'm about to show you how to make an absolute banger. So what's on the cards, what's the plan for the night? We're going to do a bit of kind of spicy tikka tandoori kind of chicken, right? We've got a bit of ginger garlic paste. We've got some tandoori masala. I've got some pink salt there, pink Himalayan salt, 100% it's for the Himalayas. We've got some tandoori masala, some chilli powder, some turmeric, some smoked paprika, some beetroot powder, that's my colour, my colour. We're going natural, full natural colour, none of this chemical nonsense. So, bit of beetroot powder, I'm trying to remember what that is. I can't quite remember what that is. Or is it not? Oh, cayenne. Cayenne chilli. Bit of cayenne chilli. Right, so we've got tandoori masala, chilli powder, cayenne, smoked paprika and sweet paprika, beetroot powder for colour, wee bit of turmeric, and some salt, pink salt that's 100% for the Himalayas. 100%. So that's for our wee kind of spicy chicken kebab. We're going to do a wee kind of kebab job. Why not? Why the hell not? But obviously, I've not got any naan bread. So, bits and bobs here. So I'm thinking we're just going to have to make our own naan bread, or I'm going to have to make my own naan bread. And I'm going to have to show you how to do it the sheep unit way. Let's just say the proper way, yeah? And let's no make my... I don't even know what Mr. Red was doing, or Manfred down under. I don't know what he was up to, but oh dear God. Jesus wept. Maybe that's how they do it in Australia. Maybe that's how they do it in Australia with their spicy onion salad that's just got basically raw onion. It's not been even soaked in cold water. A bit of tomato puree thrown at it. Obviously the thing's hella different. Right, so for our naan bread, we've got sugar, baking powder, nigella seeds, black onion seeds, whatever you want to call them. We've got an egg. In there we've got water, plain tap water. Don't need to run it through filters or climb a mountain for it, then just straight for the tap. And 100%, what was I going to say there? Full fat milk. Just your run of the mill, full fat milk. In here I've got some self-raising flour, and I've added a wee bit of salt and kind of roughly kind of whisked it in, a wee bit of salt, just like half a teaspoon of salt. So that's our stuff for our naan. Important ingredient in a naan. Don't need yogurt or any of that caper. You find what a lot of these daft recipes you see on YouTube, when folk use loads of yogurt, sometimes it's because it's a kind of cheap naan bread, trying to be make a fast one in like an hour, or like that, like, you know what I mean? Here's how you make naan breads in like 45 minutes or something. But aye, I'm not even going to go any further with Mr. Red's capers. Oh, comedy gold, can't lie, comedy gold. Right, so what will we do first? I think we'll get the... It's not going to be getting left anyway, because it's naan bread, quality naan bread takes a good while. So what will we do? We update on the old kebab sauce there, look. We're talking litres these days, we're talking litres. So a wee idea for a YouTuber out there that made some kind of terrible kebab sauce a while ago. How about you make your terrible kebab sauce, right? and add like half a bottle of that to it, or even a full bottle, and kind of, I don't know, mate, could be amazing. Could be amazing, or you could totally ruin that. So maybe just leave that, you know what I mean? But aye, talking about YouTubers, the old YouTuber, I like to call a certain person a YouTuber now, because I'm sure that's what I heard her calling certain folk in a couple of videos. She's just started calling them YouTubers. I see they call them by name. You know what I mean? I'm sure I could be wrong. I'm always hearing Tracy say the wrong things these days. Always pick her up wrong. Always. It's just one of the things. Oh, by the way, we're talking apron. Alright? We're talking apron, folks. We're talking glove and apron pocket action. So anyway, let's get back to this. Right. Aye, so a certain YouTuber, she's out having the time of her life in a field, you know. So you can only imagine what her and Carol are getting up to. Huh? Huh? I'm sure Two Tier Toes, she's already made up an AI image yet. That guy's hard drive's worth a bloody investigation. Right, there's my stuff. I'm getting on with this. Watch it or don't, I don't care, man. I'm passive and caring. One of my videos got 2 thumbs up. What was it? I think it was my loaded chips. Know what I mean? Whereas folk make fucking buy a couple of shitey Co-op chips, throw a bit of cheddar cheese at them, and they get like fucking all sorts, know what I mean? So, not happy with that. But there you go, I suppose that's just how it goes. Right, what am I going to do? I think we're going to get into this first. Right, so I'm going to move this out the road, folks, for a wee second, because there's things to do first. It's not just a case of bringing right in. Bringing in's a kind of serious Scottish word for like diving in with severe fucking intent, know what I mean? You bringe in. Big man pure bringed in there and just fucking lobbed him a right brew bottle right here, the guy's head. Guy's pure intensive care. Just bringed in like a maniac. He had their own fucking pickled onion monster once just before it. Said it was banging. These guys out there cranking me up, all use mad YouTubers. Especially the man from down under. What were they all about? But I guess Two Tier Toes he's been up to stuff as well. What did he make? Can't even remember. It was a noodle, mere noodles. A bucket of noodles with a fried egg, basically. Just imagine that. Hunters of watery, milky. Ugh. He loves all that stuff. That's his caper. He's right into that. That's right up his street. Raw chicken that's meant to be cooked, that's raw. What else? Fila pastry, quiche that you can't get out the tin that you already know it's just not going to happen. But we love the guy. Same as we love, well, some of you love Mr. Red, I can't be asked for the guy. But we love he's all brilliant in your own wee way. Nobody ever mentions Old Alan, that's quite sad. Old Alan with his sour grapes in his greenhouse, but there's YouTube's full of sour grapes, as I've noticed. But aye, the grapes are brilliant. Excellent. Love a bit of grape action. I'm a bit of allotment action, but I get his allotment's fucking spot on. Right, what I'm going to do with this? Right, we're Nigella seeds, we're baking powder and we're sugar. I'm just going to plunk it in here now. Just because it'll make it that bit easier to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have to get that into there. Get a wee whisk about, and the egg. Get a wee whisk about and leave it there for a good wee while. Just to let everything mingle. Right, that's in there. We'll just give this a wee blow, that's just flour and stuff in there. Wee blow in the cupboard. That's it done. We need to wash that, definitely that. Right, in with our egg. Right, we'll no bother going in with the egg, we'll get a whisk about first, right? Just to make it sappy. But I don't know what Mr. Down Under was thinking about, but as I say, maybe that's just how they do it down there, or up there, whatever that place is. Maybe that's just how they do it. Hope no, but right, I'm going to give this a wee whisk about, and this is going to help dissolve the sugar activities. It's going to mingle the Nigella. They're going to soak up that lovely milky, watery flavour. Absolutely banging. I like to do this. See if you do this, like a wee. Look. Do you like that? No gadgets needed, folks. No gadgets needed. 100% you don't need a pizza oven or a tandoor. So I'm going to show you a banging wee trick how to get a wee bit of smokiness in there. If you like your every bit of food you eat to taste like a half burnt out sofa, right, if you like that, if that's your game, I'm going to show you how you can do it. Right, with a much better naan than you've seen any of these fucking maniacs making. But I do take back everything I've ever said about Sally's, and hers are shocking, and Tracy's, and hers are pretty good. Because what we're man for down under done today's diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. Oh god. Right, so like wee twisty. I know you're loving that, look at that. Just 2 fingers, bit of glove on whisk action, that's all you're seeing. The thing I love about Mr. Red is the banter that you get with him. The non-existent banter. Classic. Right, going to go into our egg. Right, that's an egg. I'm sure you'll agree that's an egg. Can you see that? Right, that is an egg. Right, there we go. Get the shadow. There you go, that's an egg. Nice shell of it, and see that? Hope there's no wee fetus in there. Hating there's the wee fetus. What do you do with the fetus, folks? Do you eat the fetus? Are you a fetus muncher? Right, and there we're at. Wallop. Job done. Job done, folks. That's how easy it is. That's how easy cooking with sheep unit is. No fucking nonsense. No blah blah blah. Just giving other folk utter pelters. It's a Scottish thing, I think, giving folk pelters. Pelters is slagging folk off, by the way. The big man is pure green, damn pelters are right there. Look at the hell. Had a banging rolling monster munch right enough, brown sauce, chives and all that, it was excellent. Right, there'll be subtitles involved. Folk will be needing subtitles for half the stuff I've just said. Right, we're going to give this a wee whisk. And that is, if you haven't guessed already, that's basically our mix for our flavour, which is no rest in here for some reason, because I wanted to move it. That's still our bits and bobs for our spicy chicken. I'm just going to call it spicy chicken. I don't conform to calling things tikka and calling things tandoori. I just call things what I want to call them. Alright? Is that cool? Aye? I thought it might be cool, these. Oh, these are getting banned. These are getting blocked. I'm going to do some... What? Who's this? That's Mr. Red. Doing his wee tippy toe. Doing his wee Sergeant Major. We've got Sergeant fucking 2 tier toes, and we've got Sergeant Major tippy toes. Don't know what one's worse. Right, so that's for mix. Right, that's getting left. I'm going to get another wee whisk about, and it's getting left for about... I'll get back to you, say half an hour, 15 minutes, something like that. Aye. Right, we're already back. Nothing's changed, by the way. Don't know what I was thinking about, so all I've done is I've moved that from there to there. Right, that's what I've done. So, I'm forgetting I've got chicken to bloody sort out that's to be fucking marinated in the fridge for fucking meals. So, we'll go on with that. Right, in there we've got our chicken. Don't know if you can see that. And there's our chicken. It's been skinned. I've trimmed off the odd wee bit of fat, but I don't mind the odd wee bit of fat left on. So it's been trimmed to the skin and just proper gashed, proper slashed up. Put the gash on that. That's the right word to use. Proper slashed up heavily done up, chubbed, whatever word you want to use. Proper chubbed my chicken. Right, so that's just nonsense. So what we're going to do now, we'll get our marinade on the go. Right folks, the saver. Stuff our naan bread dough, well, next level naan bread dough, just chilling out. Want that to chill out, come to room temperature and whatever. Just let it calm down. So a wee tip about Mr. Red's naan. So you either do it, oh nah, I'm just not even going to bother because he doesn't listen. He knows everything, Mr. Red, you can't tell him anything. But I'm going to tell you something, I could probably even grow better strawberries than Mr. Red. That's how confident I am. I think I could grow better tatties than him, better strawberries than him. Know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So look at that. Kebab. Right, now we're going to batter that in this wee bowl. That's going in there. That's how, see how simple that was. I don't like wasting any beetroot powder. Don't like wasting any of that. Get everything in there. It's amazing how even powder pure sticks to a dry sauce, isn't it? Just with that tiny probably wee bit of condensation or whatever, who knows. But there you go, that's in there, right? Don't want any cheeky affies about eating I'm doing. Everything I do is perfect. Chicken, spices, lemon juice, pardon me, and ginger garlic paste. We'll all be using other bits and bobs because this is just like a first marinade. This is like a first mingle. Of flavours. And then we'll be getting in my yoghurt, another bit of beetroot powder, and another wee pinch of flavour. Wee pinch. In fact, do you want to know what? I could actually just use that. Right, we're changing the script, folks. Back in a minute. Right, we're back again. Forget everything I just said there. I don't know what I was bloody thinking about. Need to remember I'm 3 ciders deep, right? 3 8.2s. So, come on. Right, we first marinade. I can just get all this ready again, you know what I mean? But basically the next marinade's basically the same stuff, only with yoghurt, right? Pretty much. Don't put lemon juice in it. Sometimes I do, but I'm maybe not putting any lemon juice in, because I've only got a wee drop. Right, let's have a wee swatch here. Right, we're going to go in with a couple of teaspoons of garlic ginger. Classic stuff. Always remember and give your jar a good shake by the way before you deal with it, or even a good mix up, which I didn't do. Right, we're going to go in with what? I'm a huge fan of garlic ginger paste, so we're going to go in with, let's say two and a bit. 2 and a bit, that'll do. Plenty. Some folk might even say that's too much. Some folk out there might say it's not enough. But for me that's just right. More will be going in on the next marinade. Remember that. Alright. Right. And with a severe amount of lemon juice. Severe amount of lemon juice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's about 6 tablespoons, I reckon, of lemon juice. Feel free to use fresh lemons at your leisure. And we're just going to give it a nice wee stir. Aye. And then we're going to add a bit of oil. I think I'm going to actually go in with my lemon juice. I got lemon juice. My lemon juice, folks. Right. And a bit of oil. Use any oil you want. Mustard oil's a good one. I'm just going in with the old vegetable. There you go. Full of that. A couple of tablespoons of that. Right. And just get that all combined in. Absolutely banging. I don't know if you can see the colour. But anybody out there, get yourself some beetroot powder, it's good stuff. I'm not saying it's as good as the mad chemical red stuff, but it's pretty good. Depends what you're doing with it. It'll give us a bit of colour. It's handy if you've not got the old Kashmiri, but even with the Kashmiri you need to use loads of that. And a wee tip if you're using the red Kashmiri powder is to add an extra 2 tablespoons once it's nearly finished into your dish, just to brighten it, get that extra colour. Right, I'll use a wee swatch at that. All I'm doing is mixing this. But that's what my marinade looks like. Nice colour. Decent colour. Sadly, it's when you add the yogurt, and this is where you could probably end right now. Right, you could probably marinate this for overnight or whatever, a few hours, whatever you're doing, and that's you good to go, right? But most folk in the right way kind of to do it, pretty much the right way to do it is to add yogurt mixed and get another marinade with the yogurt. But you could totally stop here, marinate your chicken here just with that, and leave it at that and then cook it, 100%. But we're not going to do that. Since we're making top notch naan, we can't be scrimping on the chicken, kind of spicy chicken, tikka, tandoori, whatever you want to call it. Right, that'll do. I'm going to stick my garlic and ginger in the fridge. And what we're going to do next, I've just spotted a Greg's sausage roll that's in the fridge. It's been in there, covered in gold star brown sauce. So, once I've done this, it's heavily put, I might as well get the dough on the go. So let's get the chicken sorted. Right, that's our marinade done. Bang, wallop. Right, so we're now going to get that in there and just get a right good combine. You're going to see folk putting tomato puree and all sorts in this kind of stuff. Ketchup, do what you want, but I don't. I don't go with the tomato puree, tomato sauce caper. No in this. I know a lot of things but no in this. You just don't do it. Or I don't. There you go. Do what you want. So get as much of that out of there as possible. The old wee spatulas are really handy for this kind of caper, aren't they? Getting everything out of there. There you go. Get that wee wipe on there. Get that wee wipe on there. Wipe it, wipe it. Don't want anything getting wasted. Right, there you go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get that all combined and mixed up and I'll get back to these. Huh? Right, our chicken has been mixed up. I'm now going to stick that in the fridge. That's my stuff for our second marinade, so it's basically the same, only less, and there's no turmeric in this, but there's turmeric in there. I don't need loads of turmeric. Plus turmeric changes all the colour and makes it all bright yellow. Don't do anything, it'll probably still turn out all bright yellow. Because beetroot's good, beetroot powder's good, but it's still no that mad crazy food colouring powder. And it's the powder you want, don't buy the liquid or the gel. Just saying. So we've got a wee bit of chilli powder, a wee bit of sweet paprika and smoked paprika again, and a bit of tandoori masala, and beetroot powder and a wee bit of kasuri methi, and a bit of Greek yoghurt. No much, there's not much there. There's about what, 5 tablespoons or something, so we might just make it. Let's say it's about a tablespoon per bit of chicken, so we might just make it. When you put our loads in anyway, it usually ends up going in the bin. Most of the marinade, so you don't really need that much yogurt. But that's my stuff for our second marinade, so we're going to stick that in the fridge for about half an hour. And while that's in the fridge for half an hour, I'm going to have a quick, and then we'll come back and we'll get into this carry on, right? Aye. Right, the chicken is in the fridge marinating, it's first marinade. As I say, second marinade isn't as powerful. I like to get that first marinade. Hit it hard with loads of spice and colour, get that right in there, and then slightly gentler Slightly gentle, more gentle marinade for the second one with the yoghurt. But plenty of colour, because we want to try and keep as much colour in there as possible. Aye, so let's get the naan on the go. So there's my flour. As I say in there, I've got self-raising flour, some sugar. You know what's in there: milk, water, milk, water, sugar, baking soda, nigella seeds. I think, and an egg. You can check back and see what I did. What am I looking for? Pardon me. We'll just got on here. Right, so that's been chilling out for a wee while. That's what I was going to do. I was going to try and kind of raise these up a wee bit. You lift me up. You lift me up. Right, that's a bit better, isn't it? There you go. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this another wee, just give this a wee stir. Combine the nigella seeds. Get the nigella seeds nicely combined. Right, we'll make a nice wee well. I notice a lot of folk like to make a wee well. Does it make any difference? I think not. But we'll do it anyway. It is quite good to fill it in, pick your stuff in and then kind of gently work it in for the sides. I suppose there is some kind of logic. Right, just going to get into this. In with the whole lot, none of this messing about. Messing about, folks. I'm actually going to grab my wee spatula. There was a wee bit of sugar left at the bottom there, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you get it in there. It'll soon dissolve and mix in. Don't worry about that. Right, get all the nigella seeds. So that's everything in there. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. Right, everything's in, folks. Look, there we go. You can see that. That's pretty bloody clean. Right. And now what I'm going to do is, basically the kitchen's #1 mixing tool. You're going to see folk using 4 different stand mixers and food processor and all sorts. That's your best kitchen food mixer. So there you go, we'll just work that in. We'll do it the way you're meant to, work it in for the sides. Work it in for the sides, folks. For the sides, down the side. Just get it mixed in. It's no rocket science. Some folk like to make it sound like bloody rocket science, but I don't know if you heard somebody that made terrible naan breads earlier, going on. Just talking a lot of absolute piffle. Absolute piffle, but I think that's a thing about Australians, I think they talk piffle. But maybe that's what an Australian naan's supposed to look like, what I said. Maybe that is an Australian naan. But you're going to get away with that here. Not in your melly. There I'm skiting flour out, right. I don't want to waste any of that. See, I'll just skite it out there. That's going back in. That's getting put back right in there. See? That's getting put back in. Don't waste nada. Don't waste nada here. Even that's getting put back in. So that messes up your whole bloody ingredients. That could end up all horrible because that wee bit skipped out. Could ruin my whole dish. Could end up looking like bloody man from Down Under's bloody whatever they were. Sure as hell wasn't man, tell you that. But like I say, he is not alone. There's a lot of catastrophic bloody naan bread stories out there, believe me. Seen a few of them. Right, I'm just cutting, see what I'm doing here? I'm just cutting that in. Cutting the moisture in, cutting the flour in. No biggie. No biggie. It's quite dry, it's not soaking. It's reasonably wet. So there's enough moisture in there. You can see we're getting all the flour. All the flour's getting totally picked up, folks. Sorry about that. But you can see what I'm doing is a flour, no bobbing horns, look. No stand mixers. No carry on. No pack roll. No bloody nonsense. Just cutting it in. And that is us finished, folks. That's pretty much us finished, right? What I'll do is, I've managed to get a wee bit on my glove right at the bloody end. Right at the end. You absolute wronging. Right, get that back in there. A wee bit of moisture in there. I'm going to just keep giving that a wee scrape on the sides just to get all this. I hate when folk leave half their mixture stuck to the bowl. We've all seen it, haven't we? We've all seen it. Aye, half a bloody load of ingredients stuck to the inside of the bowl. Just forgot about. Just left to get put down the garbage disposal or whatever. Right, that's us, folks. See that? That is us. No, not really. Kidneys on. Kidneys on. Right, obviously it's no us. It's nice to kid on. It's not going to do us. But believe it, like, you can see how clean that bowl is. What? Right? Not going to do us. I'm just going to get a wee quick knead. What? Okay. An absolutely wee quick knead. Nothing serious. Nothing too strenuous, folks. So this is where we might get a wee bit of stickage on the gloves. And you can see I've not put any flour down, I'm not putting any oil down. Any bits that fall off, just stick it back on. Because I'm not getting this, it's not a mad knead, I'm not going crazy here. Just a wee bit of a knead. There we go, it's just to get it started. Just to get it started on its way. That's all we're doing. And my gloves are looking not too bad, and the counter isn't all covered in dough, so that's good enough for me. I'm going to make a loaf here, so we're not doing any of this 15 minutes, 20 minutes kneading, and that's us, right? So now, what I'm going to do is get that in there. We end up getting a wee bit on the gloves, folks, look. I could go crazy and scrape it off, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to scrape a wee bit off. Right, that'll do. What I'm going to do now is, I'm going to take out the old shower cap, and this dough is going to be left for about 3 hours. Right? 3 hours. Just sitting in the worktop. Right, so that's for dough. And I'll get back to these. Aye. Right, our chicken said it's first marinade. It's in the fridge in a bowl, plastic bag covered, lovely stuff. So we're going to go on with part 2 of the marinade. So first we're going to get in with some garlic ginger paste again, the old classic. We're going to get in with two big ones, there we go. 2 big ones, folks. Behave yourself. Right, 2 big ones of that, and we're going to get our yoghurt in. Now I've not got much yoghurt, I'd like more yoghurt. I'd like maybe even, maybe not quite double, but I'd like at least maybe half more. I'd like another couple of big tablespoons anyway, put that way. Right, so we're going to get in with our yoghurt. Don't know if you can see what I'm up to. It's really thick yoghurt, really good stuff. It's the one with the wee cow on the front. Don't know if you know what one I'm talking about. It's got a wee laughing cow, kinda. Or a cow, some description. I threw away the tub, unfortunately, or I would show you. Right, that's most of that out of there. That'll do. We're not going to be too precious or a wee bit of yoghurt. But we'll still get most of it in there. Right, that's that in there. I'm going to let that rest there. I'm going to get this in the sink. Quick wipe. Quick dry. Right. So what we're going to do now, take that spoon out of there, you numpty. You dunderhead. I can't get it, man. Cheese too late. That means nothing to anybody out there, what I just said. Right, spoons away. Going to get a wee cheeky bit of kitchen paper. Just to dab up any wee kind of bits of nonsense. Right, now that's going in. Our mixture here, our beetroot powder, bit of chilli powder, sweet and smoked paprika powder, tandoori masala, kasuri methi, and you can flick back to see when in the first marinade. We'll get all that in there. Right, I mean, look at that, how it up pure sticks. That does my hand there. Right. Then we'll just... What are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is that shad on it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Right, I'm just going to mix that in, folks. And I'm not putting lemon juice in here. There's nothing else going in here. This is it. It's going to be really thick. But in the chicken, well, it's going to have already maybe released some juice because of the salt and the other bits and bobs. So this will soon water down. Alright. Just get that right mix. Right, that'll do. So to be honest, I actually think that's plenty for the amount of chicken I'm doing. I actually think that's plenty for the amount of chicken I'm doing. That's what it looks like. As I say, there's no lemon juice going in there. Plenty of lemon juice in the first marinade. Plus, as it's cooking, or when it's finished cooking, I'll be giving it a severe splash of more lemon juice. I'm absolutely dying to get into this old sausage roll that's in the fridge. Probably I'll show you. It's been in there for about a day and a half, and I'm still going to eat it. Look, it's an old cold Greg's sausage roll with Gold Star brown sauce that's totally went all hard and nasty. 100% I'm eating that as soon as I finish mix that into that chicken. Right, so that's for chicken. It's been chugging out in a plastic bag covered there at the top of it. And it's lovely bowl. Looking all lovely. There's a wee swatch at that. Right, that's for chicken, that's what it looks like now. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to get that in there. Aye. There's a wee bit of tilting action, look at that. You can tilt these down a wee bit. Not much right enough. Right, we're going to get this in. And aye, it does look a wee bit pink. But don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Things are going to go crazy. Probably not. Right, I can hear all sorts of shadiness in a film on the telly about re-entries. Oh dear. But that isn't... that doesn't get when they picked up on the old phone. It'd be disgusting. I believe I'm missing this film. Whatever it is, it sounds brilliant. Right, I'm going to get that all combined, proper mixed up. Right, and I'll get back to these Aye. Right, our chicken has been mixed up with our second marinade, the yoghurt and whatever. It's looking rather nice. It's looking rather tasty, if I don't mind saying so myself. So what's going to happen now is it's going to go back in the plastic bag, in the fridge for overnight, and the next time you see me, we'll be dealing. We'll be over yet right enough, I've still got a wee few stages to go with the naan, but we'll be doing more naan situations. But this is going in the fridge, and I'll catch you later. Huh? Right, it is the next day. Folks, yellow glove action. So everybody had a good night, and I hope everybody's having an excellent next day. Aye. Right, so our dough's been chilling. Well, naan dough, that's quite funny, isn't it? Right, so our naan dough has been chilling all night, apart from about 3 hours into when you last seen me. 3 hours later, right, I didn't bother filming this because there's no point. I took the cover off, thusly, right, I oiled my gloves, oiled all gloves, and I just didn't take it out the bowl or anything, I just did that. It's no a yeasty dough, so it's not going to be, it wasn't going to be like treble in size. It will rise a wee bit, but don't worry if it doesn't, but it should rise a wee tiny bit, but don't worry if it doesn't. So all I did was oiled my gloves and just did that, right, squish, 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 fingers as well, squish, 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 and that's basically kind of needing it, that's all you need to do, and I just done that for a minute. So that's what our dough looks like, right, that's what our dough looks like. So see, that's all I done, squish, oh, wee glove fart there, that's what I did, squish, 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 for about a minute. So you can see we've got a nice dough, it's looking quite nice. That's looking quite nice. Oh, he's a wee kind of better look. I'm not going to bother taking it the bowl, I don't need to. I do not need to. Right. So this is what our dough looks like. See that? What? See that? Lovely, really lovely dough. Time, folks. So what I'll say, I'm not even going to bother mentioning Burman for Down Under. He's just useless at making quite a lot of things. Stick to sharpening knives, ruining knives, should I say. I need to leave the guy alone. We'll get back on to annoying Tracy, that's what we'll do, or Sarge. We'll wind up the two for you. Aye, so when you're using yeast, right, you still want to go, to be honest, you still want to go for as long a proof as possible. So if you're using like fast action yeast or whatever, use a tiny wee amount, tiny wee amount, and let it proof longer, instead of using the whole packet or whatever and trying to get the thing in an hour. I'm sure the man from Down Under left his dough for like 15 minutes. That's just ridiculous. Once I bowl these up, once these are getting bowled up, I'm not going to be measuring anything out like a crazy horse, scales and choppy things and off. Aye, once these are bowled up, these will be left for another 4 hours, at least. Right, this is a serious process, which I don't think our man from Down Under and a lot of folk grasp. Aye. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So what I'm going to do, move that out the road a wee second, and we'll get a wee bit of flour on this. I've got a black bag sitting waiting. That's my proofer. That's a foolproof proofer. Black bag and chopping board, that's all you need. That's all you need, folks. Right, some folk will be telling you need to buy a proofer, do this and do that, and buy 4 pizza ovens and 5 stand mixers. You've got to be doing that and have 60 knives. And Tracy, she's already bought into it. She's loving it. She's bought one as well. She's bought a universal one. Hers is universal. Hers doesn't seem to do many pizzas. I've noticed that only really, it's done maybe a co-op pizza with a bit of cheese lobbed at it. But these are the crazy folk that are on YouTube. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it. Right, so we've got a bit of flour on the old board, right? Thusly. You know what I'm going to do now? I'll move this a wee bit. I'll move it there so I can give myself a wee kind of rolling kind of area. See that? I've gave myself a wee rolling area. I could move that like that, but won't. Right, so there's what do. So what I'm going to do is, should get about, it depends, right? I've had 9, I've had 7, and I think I've had 10. All depends the size of the naan you want. So you kind of want golf ball, bigger than a golf ball, small orange, tangerine, medium sized peach, large plum. You know what I mean? Figure it out. I'm just going to take a, that looks a bit right, doesn't it? That too wee, that's a wee bit wee. That went a wee bit. Just push it inside. Just form a, see like I do with my pizzas, I like form a wee kind of, see what I'm doing there? Pinching it and kind of turning it. And you can get it in your hand like that. You can get it in your hand like that. Oh, you can get it in your hand like that and just turn it in your hand. Just kind of do that with your hand and you'll feel it doing it. The best way to do it is just do that. To be honest, get it on there. And just do that. That's actually the best technique. If you ask me, folk will disagree, but use your perfect shape. And then just get a wee punch again if you want. Don't need to do this. 100% don't need to do this, folks. Just wee kind of things you pick up into it and you start doing it. Right, so that's one. Right. That's going on there. Might actually be a wee bit wee, that. Might be a wee bit wee. So I might go for a wee bit bigger the next one. You see? Does it matter? It does not matter, folks. Some are big, some are wee. That's just how it goes. Right. Grab another chunk. That looks a bit the same, in fact. We'll just stick with it. We'll just stick with it, folks. Right, again. Just sealing it, kind of sealing it where it's been torn. See where I've kind of tore it away for the mother load. I'm just kind of resealing it, trapping any air that's in there, keeping it in there. That's all I'm doing. Right, back on there again. Do you feel that looks the exact same size? So you can either say that's amazing, I'm totally brilliant, or you can say, you said you were going to make it a bit bigger through your garbage, pal. Unsubscribe, bye! Right, that's for second one. Let me move that a wee bit. So there you go, we've got 2. Right, I'll do one there, and then I'm just going to get on with it, and I'll get back to these. Do one there. So as I say, naan bread isn't rocket science. Some folk make it sound like it is, like Mr. Man fae Down Under. The amount of nonsense he was hitting it with, absolute garbage. If you've not got a tandoor, the next best thing's a pizza oven. Absolutely. Well, in fact, he proved how much nonsense he talks by his end result, which was utter garbage. But as I say, maybe that's what a naan is, and maybe down under, in the outback, maybe that's how the Aborigines do it. Maybe that's like an Aborigine naan. Who knows? Who knows what goes through that guy's head? I don't know. Right, so actually, look, we've basically got 3 the exact same size, I would say. Right? That's how amazing I am. Right, things will change, they'll probably be a lot different when you come back. I've done 3, so I'm going to turn these off. and I'll get back to these when they're all done. Aye. Right, that's my dough balled up. My lovely naan dough. A wee swatch. So we got 9. I got 9. Right, varying sizes. You can see the ones in the middle there are a bit bigger, but not too bad. They're not too bad. Not too bad at all. Lovely soft dough. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so now these are only going to get left for 15 minutes, folks. These are now going to get left for at least 4 hours. Going by the time it is now, at least 4 hours. So I've got a bit of flour, a bit of plain flour. Right. And I'm just going to give them a light dust. I've just basically coated my glove with flour. And I'm just going to, just like snow, a lovely wee light dust. See that? Just coating my glove, a lovely wee light dust. Another wee one. And I think that will do. Right folks, so what happens now, these get left for about 4 hours in my black plastic bag proofer. And I'll show you all I do with this. Put that to the side. These will probably maybe, will probably rise a wee bit, but they shouldn't touch, but just in case, just give them a good wee space of that. Right. Put my black bag there. See, you can put a towel on these, but when you put towels and things on stuff, it weighs them down. But when you put weight on them, so even this is like is what a feather. So there's no weight. Just put that down there like that, and then we'll just wrap it around the handle. If you can see what I'm doing there, just wrap it around the handle. And it creates its own wee kind of balloon, see that? It creates its own wee kind of wee balloon, trapping in the heat. See that? Right, so that's now getting left for about 4 hours, maybe even 5, we'll see what happens. I'll use a wee swatch at the chicken. The chicken has been chilled out in the fridge overnight, obviously. I haven't done a salve and got up through the night to eat it, as we've seen happen many a time. I did that myself, not gonna lie, there's been no video that hasn't been made because I've just basically got me at the thing, and the video that I was planning to make didn't happen. Right, so there's our chicken. It's been marinating overnight. And what I'll do with that is, see, it's a wee bit yellow there. It's just going to go yellow unless you've got the right dye, the actual right materials. That looks nice and red, but what I'll be doing with this is, before this will be getting cooked under the grill, by the way. Probably at the same time as the naans are getting done. So I'm only going to have a wee bit of tomato, maybe a wee bit of red onion on the naan. Loads of that. I might make up a wee quick raita, or a wee bit of coriander, and coriander, mint and yogurt dip, possibly. That's nice on a kebab. But what I'll be doing with this is I'll get a right good wee mix up again first, before it gets put under the grill, so it's all coated. And then I'll get a wee shake to remove some of the coating, then I'll get it under the grill. And as it's cooking, I'll maybe brush a wee bit more of this marinade on as it's cooking. And then as it's nearly done, I'll be brushing it with a bit of melted butter. And then sticking it into maybe a tub. I like to stick things into a tub, like chicken, because it keeps the heat in and they can carry on cooking. Just a wee midgie. And all my rubbish is out. It might be the spring onions, I think it might need to be the spring onions that have been growing, festering, should I say. I'll call it growing in that mug. So these will be getting done probably the same time as the naan. I've not got much today with the kebab ones, it's sorted. So it should be a quick one. So next time you see me, as I say, so that'll be getting, I'll get it a good mix up. I'll flick off any excess under the grill, brush a wee bit more on, possibly. And then once it's cooked, maybe get it into a sealed tub or a bag and scoosh hunters of lemon juice. Lemon juice is the key for a tangy, spicy egg tikka, tandoori, whatever you want to call it. whatever you're making like this, lemon juice is key, or lime juice if you want to go lime, but lemon juice is key. So this is going back in the fridge, and you'll see me, next time you see me, there'll probably be some naan bread action happening. Aye. Right, there's been a catastrophe, major catastrophe. I've had too much cider, too many kasuri methi roll-ups, and I've even done a line of plain flour. Game over. Right, no really folks, no in the last two things anyway. Right, basically what's happened is, I was meant to leave these for about 3 or 4 hours, right? What actually happened was, my ma had been bloody getting on to me to bloody paint her kitchen. So I started it a few days ago. And I promised I would do another bit today, so by the time I get home, these had just overproofed into oblivion. Oblivion. Stuck to the bag, hanging the other side of the board, so you're noticing there's only 2 there. So I'm going reverse. Usually folk make 1 or 2 and then tell you they'll get back to you when they've done the rest. I've done the rest and I'm going to show you what I can do with the last 2. They don't look too bad, but they're overproofed, so they're nowhere near as good as my usual. Let's just get that straight. They're nowhere near as good as my usual. But we've got our usual, we've got what we've made so far. Right, and they're actually not too bad. They're actually not too bad. Right, so there's what we're dealing with. I don't know how many's in there, but 7. We had 9, so 7. So we've got a nice bit of colour, lovely and soft. Look how soft. You can fold them in half, you can fold them in quarters if you want. Absolutely gorgeous, right? But just didn't get as bubbly because the bubbles had dissipated with overproofing. Right, so lesson learned to all you folk out there. Do not overproof. It's easy done, especially when you disappear to paint your ma's kitchen. But that's still nice. All I need to do with these, wee brusher. As I say, I don't usually bother when they're at caper brushing with bloody garlic butter and all that nonsense, coriander. I usually just give them a wee sprinkle of water and I battle them under the grill. If you're getting them in the freezer, get them froze up in the defrosting like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in the defrost brilliant, and just heat them up either under the grill or in the microwave. Right folks, so that's basically the story we need, bad boys. But that's a lesson learned. It's not a lesson learned, it's a lesson that it's a thing I know, but I didn't expect to be painting salon and hanging about in my ma's salon, if I'm honest. So I've been catching up cider-wise and kasuri methi roll-up-wise. But I was actually just going to cancel the video. I was like, what, you know what, just cancel it. But then I was like, nah. Show folk what happens when you totally make an arse of it. So that's what we're doing. And even worse, I've lost my rolling pin. That's rolling pin number 3. So we're using this terrible burger sauce. Don't ever buy this. Don't ever buy this. Don't know where it's from, but don't ever buy it. Right? Aye, so let's go on with this. I'm going to show you how I do my naan. Right, we've got the old carton stove dug out. And another bloody thing, the old carton stove. We've got the old iron pan. Carton stove, iron pan. Right, another thing. So while after I've painted my ma's kitchen, I don't know if you remember me promising I was going to show you how to, if folk are greeting about want that smoky flavour, right, all you do is, right, I'll tell you, I had a big bag of wood chips, I had to do a bit of mackerel bashing and a bit of mackerel smoking, a bit of mackerel cooking, love a bit of mackerel, one of the best. Folk that use it for pike bait, totally do my head in. But aye, pardon me, so aye, what was I saying? Aye, so I keep all my fishing gear at my ma's house. Her place is bigger. She's got loads of cupboards, she's got loft, she's got hundreds of space, right, loads of space. I've no space. Loads of space compared to other folk, but still no space for loads of fishing gear and all that. So I keep my smokers and my wood chips and all that in my ma's house. So, stupidly, I'm blaming myself. Instead of keeping the wood chips, my charcoals, all my wee bits and bobs with the fishing gear, I kept it in the kitchen cupboard, and my ma decided to have a wee kitchen clean out. So after repeating, I said, where's the wood chips for smoking? They were in a wee bag in the cupboard next to the bits and bobs, your bags of salt and all your other things. Well, your other bits and bobs. Oh, what? I had a bloody kitchen clear out and I threw them out. Threw it out. So she's lobbed them out. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you are greeting, if anybody out there, I'm going to tell you again, don't bother buying bloody, unless Tracy's got the ideal setup, she's got the van, she can bugger off and cook up horrible chips and mediocre like chicken things and whatever. Everything apart from a pizza. But unless you've got Tracy's setup, I wouldn't bother getting a pizza oven. Nobody needs one. So if you want that smokiness, get yourself an ashtray, a wee metal ashtray, or I use a shot glass. But as I say, I've done this twice, and I've been making these for years. I've done this twice. It's not worth the bother. The flavour off of these is immense. You don't need any nonsense, right? But if you're greeting about you want your naan bread to taste like the bloody bonfire night, to taste like that bloody pallet that was burnt last Tuesday, all you do is get a few wee wood chips, right? Get your oven, put 4 naan bread on your rack. You'll get 8 in your oven, 4 on the top rack, 4 on the bottom rack. Get your wee shot glass, put a few wee wood chips, light them. They're not going to ignite like as in like a flame, but you're going to get an ember, you're going to get smoke. Bung that in your oven, shut the oven door, leave them for a couple of minutes, wallop, you've got banging smoky flavour. Same goes for your chicken. I was going to do a bit of this with the chicken as well. Get your chicken, shot glass, couple of hangmies, couple of chips, light them, put a lid on, put a ball on top once your chickens are run about, cooked. You can do it but it's not cooked as well, and it gives that smokiness before you've even cooked it. But after you've cooked it, you can do it in the bother. Sit it in a plate, your chicken, your wee shot glass in the middle, couple of chips, light it, blow it out if it lights, just get a bit of smoke, lid on, bowl on top, perfect smoky flavour. And I'll tell you something else, it'll give you better smoky flavour than you'll even get in your pizza oven. How about that, man down under? You total clown. Huh? How about that? Fucking pizza oven's my arse. Jog on with your massive burnt pita bread. I want a massive apology after you, Mr. Red, if you ever want my comments in your nonsense channel ever again. I want a massive apology. Bad person, know what I mean? Just because you don't like bloody garbage doesn't mean you're a bad person. Because you tell somebody that's garbage, know what I mean? It doesn't make you a bad person, it just makes you a wee bit too honest. A wee bit too free with the old birds, know what I mean? No vocabulary. Right, we're using this as a bloody rolling pin, as I say, that's rolling pin number 3. It's probably better than the comedy rolling pin that I had. Right, we're going to turn the old stove on. If there's any gas left. There we go. Going to turn it down low. Dry pan. We want this to stick, by the way, so you want a non-stick pan. You want a stick pan. You don't want to use a non-stick pan, sorry. You want a sticky pan, iron pan, preferably. Now look, you can totally do this on the electric under the grill, but it's not the same. It just isn't. I've done it. It ends up drying out all your naan and it's just not the same. Get yourself a 12 quid bloody carton stove, couple of cans of gas and you're rocking. That's all I'm going to say. Right, another thing, this is my wee cushion. You've probably seen them down the kebab shop using these. Clean dish towel, wrapped around another towel, elastic band to secure it round the base, round the back, and you form your naan on that. You get a wee roll and then you form the shape on that. And you'll have seen them using that to stick the naan in the inside of the tandoor. You won't have seen them using it to stick it to the inside of a pizza oven. But I'm going to show you how to use it to stick it to the tappy. And you don't need this, but I like to get that nice, gives you that nice contact on the pan when you put your naan on. I mean, you want to be as good as you can possibly be, don't you? Right, here we go. Too much bloody gabbing. Right, there you go, we've got one. There's enough flour on there. It's a bit square shaped, so we'll get a wee tuck and a wee kind of shape, right? And we're just going to roll it out to about the size of the cushion. About the size of the cushion, right? As I say, you don't need to make that, but it's easy to make and it'll last you forever. Stick it in a plastic bag when you're not using it. So the oil that's on it, there's, you know what I mean, there's no germs going to be on it. Right, get it a wee wipe, get all the excess flour off of that. Right, your pan's still heating up. I'm thinking about how I'm going to get these to see the magic. So we'll move that. We'll move that there. Things could go massively wrong here. Things could start toppling off the freezers. Right. So there's one naan. And by the way, it's just called a naan. You don't call it a naan bread because naan means bread. So if you call it a naan bread, you're literally just saying bread. And that makes you look like a bit of an idiot. Anybody that's got naan bread in their title, man from down under, that knows everything, learns everything through top chefs, mills his own flour but never seems to use it, started buying his own loaves. So I'm saying, you notice all these wee daft things, you know what I mean? Folk that say, oh, I do this all the time and this is what I do, I never buy loaves anymore. I'm all mine flour, make mine mince. And then the next thing you know, they're telling you about a lovely crusty baguette that they go to in Asda. Right, that's on my cushion. See what I've done there? Just flipped that on my cushion. And you're just going to oil it, see me brushing it with oil, and flipped it oil side down. I'm just going to get a wee shape. Just a wee kind of light shape, right? And now what we're going to do is, we've got a wee bowl of water here, right? I'll slide you there. As you can't see all this, that's just tough. It's just tough look. Right, I'm going to try and get these in. You can't see. I'm going to try. Right, water on my naan. Right, important to get it round the edges. Round the edges, you definitely want the edges to stick to your pan. Right, get some oil there. Right, I'm going to try and bring these here now. I'm kind of carrying these on my belly. That was quite cool. See, bellies are handy for some things. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slap our naan onto our pan, like that. And we're just going to let some bubbles appear. And we're already getting some bubbles, can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Right, we're getting bubblage. You don't want mad pita bread bubblage that a certain person had. I'm not even going to mention any more names. So I'm now going to turn this up full. And I'm just going to put my wee pan in the flame. You're going to see me doing some crazy things, by the way, because these wee gas stoves are brilliant. So see, even for doing stir fries, or even, see Tracy's sorted, she's got a gas cooker, so she's absolutely sorted for anything like this. Right, this is where you might not see, because we're going to do a bit of flippage, folks. Right, so we've flipped it. Oh, there, is that better? Right, here we go. I'm just holding that at the bottom of that cabinet, because that's a kind of good height. Right, and I'm just going to turn it above the flame, dead easy. See what we're getting so far? Just turn it above the flame. Oh, camera's turning, folks. Going to flip these back. Right, just turny. You can raise it higher if you want. You can raise it higher if you want. Put it down right low if you want to get a bit more burniness. Right, see, that's where we are. So even though I'm saying we've lost loads of bubbles by overproofing, we've still got loads of bubblage there. It's still going to be lovely and light, don't worry about that. It's still going to be all rock solid like a big giant burnt pita bread. But these are lovely, I'm not even joking. But as I say, try the wood chip thing. It does work if you want, if you're choking for that burnt couch, that burnt palate flavour. Get tore in, get right in amongst it. Doesn't bother me. Does not bother me. Right, there we go. I'm going to call that a day with that. There we go. Right. You can see we've got lovely bit of colour. Wee bit of kind of lovely bit of leoparding, wee bit of dottage. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our... turn that half in before the bloody man breed gets burnt. It's there. Right. Right, I'm sorry, you're getting a bit of squiff there. My camera productions are shocking. I do apologise. As I say, I'll make these again for you, and I'll make sure that I don't bloody overproof them, and you'll see how different they are, because they are a lot different. Just get yourself a wee palette knife or something, just to unstick. And there's what it looks like underneath, lovely and charred, lovely and soft. Absolutely lovely and soft. So I'm going to stick this on top of the rest. Oh, we're getting stuff's going to talk. Oh, I'm sure it is. Right, that's in there. Right, that's us got one there today. So I might as well just... many minis? That's 16 minutes. We're on 16 minis. So we'll move that there. And I'll get a wee bit of flour. Might as well show you the second one. I might as well film the second one. I filmed that one, so as I say, don't overproof your dough, folks, because it rises and then it comes down. It's that simple. It is that simple. Right, rolling pin. Absolute banger there, rolling pin. It's actually better than the one that I lost. That daft bloody white thing. God knows where that bloody thing came from. Yeah, there we go. Right, there we go. Going to get the old stove back on. Turned it to medium. Brush of oil on the old naan. Right. Simple, simple, simple. Absolutely banging. Absolutely banging. And believe me, they are. I'm not even joking. If you think big giant burnt pita breads are good, try these. Jesus, if you thought they were good, man for down under, you don't know yourself. In fact, make them for you. If that's how they're down under, if you start making them, folk will be want to hang about with you. Right, there we go. That's that one on, right. So now what we're going to do is, same as before, got our water, in with our glove, and onto our naan, and making sure we get round the edges. Making sure we get round the edges. Once I've done these, I'll get the chicken on the go. Aye. Actually bloody starving. Right, that's that nicely lubricated. Just want to get it, I'll just get these on the old belly again. There we go. I knew the belly would come in handy for something. Right. Right. And again, there we go. Just lets it really get settled on the thingy nicely, the wee cushion job. I'm going to turn this up now. It's going to turn up full blast. Full blast, folks. Full blast down here. And we're getting bubblage. So see, if it wasn't proven, you wouldn't get as many of these big bubbles. You get loads of these wee bubbles like leprosy. I call it kind of like leprosy, right? Loads of these wee bubbles all the way around the edge, and then when you flip it, you get crazy explosions going down. But you can see what I mean by kind of leprosy. Right, I'm turning, I've turned. Oops. I don't know if you can see, folks. Right. You can go higher, you can go lower, you can aim it, you can do mad angles. You can go there, just don't get your gloves on fire, don't melt your gloves. There what we're looking at. So that's good, as I say, even for an overproofed. Even for overproofed, I would be happy with that. I'd be happy with that in a restaurant, I'm not even joking. I'd be well happy with that in a restaurant, I wouldn't even second thoughts at that in a restaurant. I'd be like that, yes please, give me two. Give me two, mister. Right, that's getting called a day, folks. I'm going to go in this wee bit at the back. Just this wee bit at the back. I'm going to go up high. Going up high, folks. So when you're doing this, make sure your flame's blue. If it's just pure orange or if it's yellow, you end up getting black smoke, sooty stuff on your naan, right? So just remember that. But that's going to do lovely. I'm calling that a day for the naans, folks. So what I need to do with them now is, when I want to have one, under the grill, you sprinkle of water under the grill, melt a bit of butter, bit of garlic, bit of coriander, whatever you want, or don't do anything. Absolutely gorgeous, just as they are. Absolutely gorgeous, just as they are. There you go. As you can see that. Oh, burny. They're lovely and soft. Yeah, bugger. Lovely and soft. You can fold them up, you can roll them up, you can do what you want with them. Right. But still no brilliance. So there's umpteen rim in there, there's 9 in there. Absolutely plenty for a feast. Right, there you go. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, folks. But overproofed. Let me say that again and again. Right, I'm going to get back to these when it's chicken time. Aye. Right, I've been doing a few wee things. The naan bread's chilling out in the bag. I've chopped up some fresh coriander for the chicken. I've actually just battered the chicken under the grill, folks. I've jumped the gun. Yeah, I'll use a wee switch in a minute. It's just under the grill now. I've made up a banging wee mint, coriander, garlic, yoghurt, wee bit of sugar, bit of salt, dip, put chilli powder in it, do what you want in there, put chillies in it, do what you want. I've got some diced red onion, chopped tomato, fresh coriander, and about 3 tablespoons of the Kebab House chilli sauce. Absolutely banging, look at that. Oh, bloody gorgeous. Right, hold on folks, I'll give you a wee switch at the chicken so far. It's just under the grill. No bad colour. Not bad colour at all, folks, if I'm honest. That's what we're looking at so far. Right. That's what we're looking at. We'll get me burnt bits, I'll get a wee turn shortly. I've lowered the grill down. Lowered the shelf down, sorry. So it's away, a wee bit further away from the grill, but that's where we're at so far. Look at that. It's actually not a bad colour for the old beetroot powder. Shout out to the beetroot powder. But aye, so I'll get back to these folks. When I'm doing something to the chicken, I'm going to actually melt some butter. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to melt some butter. Oh, pardon me. Melt some butter in a wee cup. Get my wee pasting brush ready, and once that chicken's done, I'll get a wee brush with melted butter once it's almost ready. And then I'll put another bit of butter in the cup, melt that, add a wee bit of coriander, a wee bit of garlic, and that'll do for the naan, and I'll get the naan under the grill to heat the naan up. But I think that looks bloody banging. You need to make that sauce. It's one of the best sauces. Call it a rate, call it what you want. It's absolutely banging, but there's our chicken. So I'll get back to these. Aye. Right, I've chopped up a few chips. Can't have a kebab without having a few chips, so just a couple of potatoes worth of chips. How good does that look? It tastes bloody lovely. Get making that. I've turned our chicken, so it's gone back under the grill. That's what our chicken's looking like so far. Look at that. Right, get back to these. Aye. Right, I've just melted some butter. Right, and I've gave our chicken another turn. This time I've gave it a brush with the butter, the melted butter. It's looking bloody lovely. So that's going back under the grill. Then I'll get another turn, another brush of melted butter, and that'll be done. And I'll get back to these. Aye. Right, the chicken is done. I'm calling the chicken done, folks. That looks good enough to me. So what I'm going to do now is get a wee scoosh of lemon juice. That foam's that's the melted butter. Going to get a wee scoosh of lemon juice. Going to get the chips in. And it's just chips in the naan, just need to heat the naan up. I'm probably just going to use a bit of melted butter that I've used for the chicken. I don't even care if it's got chicken juice on it. Right, that's going back under the grill on the bottom shelf, and the chips are going in. 2 seconds folks. It's going to chill out there, and I'm going to move the shelf up. Move the shelf up. Shelf's moved up, folks. We'll get the chips on the go. Chips are going in. Chips are going in, folks. There we go. Right, chips are in. I'll get back to these. Aye. Right, folks. Chips are nearly done. The naan's under the grill. We've got our garlic, coriander, butter. Just giving the naan a wee minute to heat up, and we're bloody sorted. Chips are looking brilliant, I'm not going to lie. I think that does, folks. That is. That's perfect. There we go. Get that turned off. So there's one naan. Come on. Right. Yous lot like it bloody garlic buttered and coriandered. So there we go. Right. I'm not going to lie, it does smell nice with the coriander and the garlic and the butter. Right. Make sure there's coriander on there, eh? Could sprinkle a wee bit on it. That's plenty. That's plenty, folks. Right. Here's our chips. Chips are looking not too bad. I'm going to sprinkle a wee tiny bit of coriander on there. Just a wee touch. Right, a wee touch. There we go. That's better. Right, spoon. Spoon. I'm going to call the chips done. So that's getting turned off. That's getting turned off. And we'll just let them chill out on there. We can just chill out on there, folks. Grill's off. Right, we'll get this one this way, I think. That looks more appealing. What do you think? Right, first we're going to go this beautiful stuff. Don't bother thanking me, Trace. Don't bother thanking me, hen, for introducing you to this bloody gorgeous stuff. Don't bother. I don't mind not getting thanked for every bloody brilliant idea I've ever gave you. And you too, to your toes. And you, Mr. Red, I'm sick of giving you ideas. I'm so bloody sick of it. Right, there's my kebab sauce on there. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. Even the smell of the new. I'm going to get some of this on now. Remember what this is? It's tomato, red onion, a few tablespoons of that sauce. Could actually have put chillies in, but I'm not going to bother. And some coriander in as well. So we'll get that a wee stir about. And we're just going to get some of that on the side. To the side. To the side, folks. I like the salady stuff on kebabs. Right, that's plenty, isn't it? Is it? You just tell me. I'm calling that plenty. Next, we're going to get our chicken. They're absolutely bloody gorgeous chicken. Oh dear. Oh dear. And I turn it, sometimes the other side looks even nicer. We're going to turn it, folks. Right, one of our chicken. There's one bit of chicken. Will we go two? Do you think we can go two? What do you reckon? What do you reckon, folks? I reckon we can maybe go two. I've got a wee bit here, we'll go this wee bit. It's not going to play, it's not going to sit nicely on the naan. It's not going to sit the same. It's not going to sit the same. Right, we're just going to go for it. We're going for it. Right, there we go. Right, that's our chicken on there. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. Look at that chicken. Come on. Sorry about the shadows. Come on. Look at that. Lovely bit of salad. That kebab sauce. Right, next on with the chips, folks. We're not even going to bother kitchen paper on them. We're just going to get them next to it. We're just going to try and get them next to this goodness. We're going to try and slink it along this wee bit. Right, there we go. Greasy as you like, lovely and greasy. Look at the grease. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous bit of grease on them. You've greasy better, that's what I say. That is what I say, folks. Right, a wee bit of salt. A wee bit of salt. And do you know what? That is us bloody finished. That is us finished. It's been a long one. Didn't want it to be this long. But I'm going to apologise to these. Aye. See, I apologise to folk when I make a mess. When I mess up. Overproved my dough. I can only apologise. Overproved my dough. And my naans weren't up to their usual standard. Let's just put it like that. But there we go. How nice does that look? How nice does that look? Huh? Look at that. I'm going to have to take a wee shot of that, folks, because that's looking absolutely just too good to be true. We've got our lovely naan, we've got our chips. Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken. Lovely bit of salad. Right, I've decanted my yogurt, mint, coriander, garlic sauce into this. But I think I've got to get another wee dribble of this out of the tap. I've just got to. Just got to, folks. Right, that's plenty. Get me along, I'll probably have more. I'll probably have more. I'm not even going to lie. Right, on with some of this next. On with some of this. And we'll just go the same way. It's not spraying as well, it's not coming out in wee dollops and it's getting jammed up with the bits of coriander. But we'll just make do, folks. We'll make do. Bit of disaster, we'll make do. There you go. There's my chicken. Spicy, tangy chicken kebab. Look at that. Just look at that. I'm going to be back. I'm going to have to take a wee shot of this, folks. I'll be back in a wee minute. Aye. Right, let's get in amongst this. Let's taste test this. Let's taste test this bad boy. What have I got to do? I forgot to get the wee coriander. I forgot to get the wee coriander, folks. There we go, that's lovely. That's lovely. Just look at that. But I know what, I might need to take another shot with the coriander on. Right, I'm back again. Last time. Bloody, I'm away, I'm back, I'm away, I'm back, I'm away, I'm back. Right, nice and for 2 seconds, folks. A bit of sweat on my brow. But as I say, I can only apologise for these naan breads not being my usual perfection. Because these are amazing. Right, let's just have a wee look at that. Look at that. Look at that chicken. Oh, what am I doing? Just look at that. I'm going to spin you round here for a wee view of that bit of chicken there. Look at that chicken. Again, I'm sorry for the shadows. But come on. Come on. Behave yourself. If you don't think that's absolutely bloody gorgeous. Not to mention an absolutely gorgeous homemade naan. Overproofed, but absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's get amongst this. Where are we going to start? Where do we start? We're starting with the chicken, obviously. Obviously we're starting with the chicken, folks. Right. Let's check it out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. Folk do all that, don't they? They put their hand behind it. It works as well. Right. Absolutely bloody gorgeous. As expected, let's have a chip. They're actually decent chips. They're actually decent chips. Let's have another bit of this chicken. Right, we're going to make a mess now. We're going to make a mess now, folks. Look at that. Just look at that chicken. Right. Got to have a bit of naan next, obviously. Let's move over this here a bit. There's a wee switch at this naan. This gorgeous naan. Right. That's what a naan should look like. See that? See the bubbles? How light it is? How soft? How soft and light that is? Oh. Folks, I'm sorry for my slopping, but that is next level. You've got to make the naans. Don't overproof yours, but you've got to make them. Don't be worrying about daft pizza ovens either. Do not be even second thinking that you can only make you need a bloody pizza oven, that's the next best thing. Absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks for down under. Typical nonsense. He's always talking it. He talks a good talk, but when it comes to delivering, he delivers big, overgrown, puffed up, burnt pita breads. Folks, this is gorgeous. Look at that naan. Just look at that. I'm dropping it, I'm scraping bits of the other place. Look at that. And see that wee salad thing? With the kebab shop sauce in it, with the onion tomato. That's bloody gorgeous. Right, come here, you bit of chicken. We've got my name already. Right, on there. There's a nice forkful. Folks, I'm off to enjoy the hell out of this. This is one of my best. Believe me. That chicken is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect, look at that. Look. Right. Hope the hell he's enjoyed the video. I hope he's made this. If not the chicken, make the naan. If not the naan, make the chicken. Make one of them. But absolutely gorgeous, folks. And for now, look at that chicken. Look how perfectly cooked that chicken is. Look at the juice on the bone. Look, see how shiny the bone is with the juice. Perfectly cooked chicken. Look at the chips. Look at that naan. Look at the naan. Look how light, airy, bubbly, chewy. You want a chewy texture with a naan. Right, enough about me and my nan. I'm off to enjoy my nan. Absolutely gorgeous. Right folks, ciao for now. Aye.